Viewer discretion is advised for this love-themed podcast. The content may contain discussions and sensitive topics related to relationships, dating, and love. Some content may not be suitable for all listeners, especially those uncomfortable with open and vulnerable conversations. We encourage our listeners to practice self-care and to reach out to a trusted friend or professional if they need support. If you have no friends, you have me. Welcome to the Lost Loverboy Podcast. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Lost Loverboy Podcast. I am your host as always, Mr. Demetri Wiley. So we're back. Happy Friday. What's new with you guys? How you guys feel? You good? I'm good. Okay, the news is out. Cat is out of the bag. What more do you want from me? I guess, the world now knows I am in a relationship. I don't know. I've been seeing comments and I've been getting DMs and all of these things. And it's been so many reactions, Everybody like, oh, it feels like a Disney crossover episode. Other people like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. You've been manifesting this for a long time. We got some people sliding down the wall, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could just grab and lift them up, There's other people who just, silently unfollow, but it's okay. It's okay. And when I tell you why, I've been manifesting and being exactly who I am for the public to see. Every day I got up, right? I've been being exactly who I am, very intentional about what it is that I want and my heart's desires and where I want to end up in life. And a lot of people didn't believe it. A lot of people was online saying, there's no way this single man who garners all this attention is really aiming to settle down or get in a relationship. Y'all got to be fooling yourselves. He's going to run this as long as he can. Well, you were wrong. Honestly, I'm happy to tell you, you were wrong. Like, I'm very happy to tell you that you don't know me like that. Like, I'm happy to say that. I'm very happy to say thank you for everybody who's genuinely supporting me on a realistic nature. To be honest with you guys, I've been ready for a long time now for the disingenuine people to fall off. I've been ready for a long time now for the people who felt like the only reason I support this man is because the love he's talking about, I want it from him. Not that he gives me hope or he make me believe it's possible for me, but I'm going to hang around only long enough to see if I can get it from him. If my DM makes it through. If me seeing him in person actually makes it through. And thank you to the genuine people. To everybody else, thank you as well for supporting as long as you have, but peace out. Now we can get back to our regularly scheduled program. I'm in a real weird space in my life right now. It's very transitional. I get baptized on November 10th, the day after my mother's 50th birthday. Very intentional. I want it to be a day I can remember every year. It's not a public thing. It won't be recorded or anything like that. I may have some video to show to Discord, but it'll probably be my closest 7 family members. I'm on a journey, a very awakening journey, spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally, all of these things. The reason for me starting this podcast, when y'all first met me early on, I was at a very low point in my life. I healed past whatever my heartbreak was. I've healed past other situations I've been through. And now I'm attempting to grow the man. Now is when I apply the most water to that plant in which I buried a long time ago. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for myself. I know on Discord, we've been attempting to have Bible studies. I actually want to have one soon, if that's okay with you guys. I know we talked about Wednesday, but truth be told, I really didn't want to lock Wednesdays in because my schedule has been real crazy lately. I got a bunch of new things I'm diving into. honestly, I want to shift my focus. I know we've been doing a lot of healing lately, but I want to shift my focus on helping people find love genuinely and helping you read these situations and understand who's for you and who isn't, and how much time you wasting in parenting and growth and those continued things. But I truly want to sit with people that can say, without Demetri, I wouldn't be walking down this aisle right now. Because I want to be at the wedding. You understand what I'm saying? I want to see that at the wedding. I ain't saying I got to sit next to your mama, but I'm definitely worth sitting by the aunties and cousins. Definitely worth that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited for all of that to come. I'm excited to what my life prospers into and grows into, whether that be my love life or my career or, anything of that nature. I'm so excited. I'm excited that my son is now 6 years old and I'm watching him become a little preteen. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited that my family is at its best. This is the best my family's been in a long, long time. And I'm excited about that because it hasn't been union since my son was born, since my last relationship. And now we're back to that and it feels safe. It feels beautiful. It feels nurturing. And I'm so, so excited. So today in this episode, I wanted to talk to you guys about the risk that I'm in, what I'm currently facing. Because I don't believe a lot of people understand when you've reached certain heights in popularity or influence in social media, there's now a risk to loving out loud, right? And I know everybody say, I want to be shown off. If he don't show me off, he don't really love me. And if he don't do X, Y, Z, he don't really love me. Why ain't he posting our pictures? Why ain't he doing this? I don't necessarily subscribe to that narrative because a lot of times people confuse public with the idea of it being performative. Anybody can post you, right? But not everybody can post and protect you, right? There's a certain level of validation that it gives you, but does that man have the discipline behind it to make sure you don't fall flat on your face and become embarrassed? And a lot of people don't really see those perspectives. A lot of people, so I'm here to point them out. One of the biggest ones for me, if I could just dive right into it, one of the biggest ones for me is the idea that in my mind, I registered a lot, right? And don't get me wrong, I know I've been manifesting for a long time, but in my mind, I registered. If I find love and I choose to love out loud, well, the people who support me love me less. And I think the answer is no. I think I've came to the conclusion and understanding that the answer is no. The people who support me won't love me less. The people who don't will just be exposed. And that's okay. I've never asked anyone to be anywhere that does not suit them, that isn't good for them. If it's not good for your mental health to follow me, I understand. If it's not good for your mental health to keep up with me, I get it. Choose you every time. I'll never tell you different. But for those who actually have been here, the Clubhouse days and watching me manifest this journey over time, I think I might just have a Clubhouse call and whoever jump on, and we have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Discord, if that's something y'all want to do, we could actually take it back to Clubhouse for one last conversation. But if that's something y'all want to do, y'all can let me know. If not, if y'all just want to have it on Discord, that's cool too. But my mind contributed the idea that everybody say they want love for you until you find it. Everybody's manifesting with you until you have it and they don't. Because a lot of it's tied to people's ability to believe without me, right? If I'm looking for love, it's easy to say, yeah, we're looking for love. We in it together. The moment I find it, it goes back to you being by yourself. But let me tell you something. If you watching this podcast If you've been watching this podcast from episode 1 to now, you'll never be alone. Like, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm with you. Y'all have watched me change and grow and evolve and become this man. Like I said, I'm very open. A lot of times I just look at my son and I'm grateful for even being here. For this opportunity I've had to take care of him and spend time with him, and I'm grateful. I was on a call earlier, shout out my girl Q, and I was telling her that I think I've been able to negate the fact of feeling alone because I've had all you beautiful people with me. I've had all you beautiful people manifesting and opening up about love right along with me. And that's made it so much easier for me. Not everybody has that, and I do understand. But I don't know if you've heard the intro to this podcast, but it is the truth. If you have no one, you have me. And I always try to tap in when I see somebody going through something as much as I can. I'm still just a man, but I tap in where I can. But I think one of the hardest things to balance when you loving out loud is the fact that there's two different people, right? There's two people to a relationship. And those two people, in my case, have two different reputations. And in most people's cases, have two different narratives. And then you also trying to battle the 100 million opinions that you getting from people who did not build this situation. When you go and get married, it's you, the person, and God. That's it. But a lot of people don't understand that's all you need. Like, that's literally all you need. Like, there'll be the noise, there'll be the comment sections, there'll be the, people calling your phone, the family, everybody going to give you advice on your situation. But you got to let that noise turn into background music. You understand what I'm saying? Because loving out loud is not an easy thing. Not easy at all. People don't know the difference between privacy, which they often mistake as peace, often. But the thing about it is, I think for me, public has become my purpose. Q was telling me earlier, do you understand how many people you've helped? Do you understand? She said when she first jumped on, she was in the middle of her healing journey. Well, she was just starting out. And it progressed all the way up into now. And I am so proud to say she has a lot to be proud of internally for the growth she's done. Excuse me. Y'all know my lip heavy. For the growth she's done. For how she's showing up in these spaces. She said she went out with a man and she ain't like none of what that nigga was talking about. But growth is knowing when to get out of there, knowing when to jump ship before it crash what you wanted. On a date, you don't owe this nigga no loyalty. I don't owe you anything. We not in a relationship, we not married, we not engaged, none of that. I don't owe you that. And it takes a lot of healing to understand that your internal situation matters. One of the biggest things I want to touch on is the idea of why. Why we actually hide love in the first place. A lot of people are afraid. You've always heard the term move in silence, right? Move in silence, move in silence. And don't get me wrong, I get it. But just because you move in silence does not mean problems do not arise. They still come to the forefront. They still pop up. And for me, all of this has been moving with intention. I told y'all a very long time ago, my intention is to find a wife. I'm not done yet. My boy Lateris over at Dear Future Wifey Podcast invited us on, and we're gonna give it some time. You know what I'm saying? That's not something we have to jump on immediately. Because I didn't do it for the public. I'm doing it for me. I'm building it for me. And a lot of people don't understand that whether it's public or private, you still need discipline. You may need a new level of it, a new level of communication, a new level of understanding, because It gets hard. You know, and I'm gonna do my best to fight off what I can. And I'm certain I have a person who's going to do the same. You know, I'm certain I have somebody who's going to bring me their problem before they bring it to the world. I'm positive of that. Like, I know that 100% facts. It's happened already. You know, and even in moments where my anxiety's high, she's calmed me down and saying, don't even worry about it. That's not, because when you don't hide it, when you choose not to hide it, you open yourself up for envy, judgment. You got the past traumas from everybody else. You got your auntie who on her 6th failed marriage telling you she know what's best for y'all. And it's just like that thing when you go to your parent and you venting about your relationship. Eventually your parent is going to look at this partner and say, they're not good for my child. Right? So it's best you keep your relationship behind closed doors. You keep, and I want y'all to understand, there's a difference between privacy and fear. There's a difference between protection and avoidance. Right? And what I mean by that is, maybe that nigga didn't want to post you out of protection. Right? Maybe he didn't want to post you out of protection. You don't know that for sure, so you still let it build on your insecurities. Maybe he wanted to avoid tension. Or maybe he was just avoiding the idea of being proud of you. That's absolutely true too. But for me, I ain't scared of y'all. I'm not scared of y'all. I've seen negativity. They was hating when I was a man who's manifesting. Somebody was in the comment section and was like, oh, now I can finally believe the words that's been coming out of your mouth. What? How do you sound? Like, how does that sound? Like, imagine a man online only spewing positivity and love in every conversation he's having, and it sounds too good to believe, right? But the moment he goes out and acquires something worthy of your judgment, you can say, okay, I can believe it. Now I believe it. It's so fucked up that people need the proof to not just believe, but align with what it is they want. I ain't never got online and told you I was better than another man. I've never got online and told you I know more than these niggas out here. I ain't never got online and said, don't trust them out here. I ain't never got online and preached negativity. I've never done that. And somehow I became this man that everybody desired, and they looked at and said, I want him. And because some people said, I want him, the other people said, I hate this nigga. I hate this nigga. Imagine when women envying how much other women like me. Like, that's weird. And it's not something I signed up for. That's what a lot of people don't understand. And everybody like, oh, it's a cool problem to have. All the niggas like, yeah, man, you could, they be on you and all of this shit like that. That's not what I'm asking for. That's not what I need. Excuse my language. It's not what I need. It's not what brings me validation. I told y'all a long, long time ago, I want a daughter bad. Still do. Do I have baby fever right now? No. Hold on now. Slow down. But I desire to, I've always been a husband. I'm a husband by nature. It's who I am. I can't help it. Just like I'm a dad by nature, I'm a husband by nature. I can't help it. I was eventually going to cross paths with a wife by nature, and it was just going to happen. You know, and I understand not everybody liking it, and a lot of people realizing, you know, their fantasies been taken from them, and I get it. But would you rather live in your fantasy? Or would you rather live in reality? And in reality, real time, I love you enough to help you. This ain't no Steve Harvey Think Like a Man book. No. This is somebody who you've watched grow into this person. This is somebody you've watched evolve, reach his hand out and say, I want love for you the exact same way. I must have played a joke on my Discord when I first announced it to them, saying like, oh, I'm closing down Discord. I'm closing the podcast. I'm closing this. I'm closing that. And everybody's like, oh my God, but we want what's best for you. And then I told them April Fools, even though it's not April. And they hated me for like a minute. My Discord kind of hate me in general because they got other reasons to. They just know me. You know what I'm saying? They just know me. I think what happens when you share your relationship to the world is you have the idea of sharing your joy versus feeding people's curiosity. People want to know everything. Like these days, people want you to be in the room recording when a baby born and all. In a healthy relationship, you need something for yourself. In a healthy relationship, you need some sort of dynamic where you guys can bond. You need something that y'all can hold on to and say, this is ours. And it's very, very important to the growth of the relationship. I understand everybody being curious because they're invested. I get it. I absolutely get it wholeheartedly. But my mind or my plan was never to be a social media couple. I didn't need that. If that's what the baby want to do, cool. But like I've never needed that. I just wanted what was for me, what was sent to me by God, what's God ordained for me. I want that for myself. I remember not too long ago, I forget what city we was in, Chicago. We was in Chicago. And I had got up with Kitty. No, we may not have been in Chicago. I don't know what city it was. But I got up with Kitty Rose from the Tonight's Conversation, which I do the show with. And we formed such a bond. Like, it's like a big sister. Her husband's like the big brother type. You know what I'm saying? And we got such a bond going on. But I remember asking them to pray for me. I was like, I'm dating this young lady. I really like her. Could you pray over it for me? And I remember going back to her now and being like, hey, prayer worked. Thank you. And we've had long conversations. And if y'all want to see her here on the pod, I can absolutely make that happen. But right now, she's walking with me. Her and my barber, who's my older brother, they're walking with me on this journey, through understanding the world in a more spiritual sense. They're walking with me on my alignment to God, and I love it for me. I love it for me, and if y'all go look, she actually commented on that post, but it's a lot going on in my life right now, like a lot. Because also what comes with public relations, everybody who's in the comment section and they like, soft launch, hard launch, I'm so happy for this. I know these will be the exact same people just waiting and watching my emotions, her emotions, how she's feeling. And the thing about it is I could be having a bad day. She could be having a bad day. And they always gonna correlate it to us with each other. It could be something completely different going on and they gonna blame me. It's gonna be something completely different going on with me and they're gonna blame her. They're gonna be just looking for the breakup post. Whatever it is, I'm positive. Because that's how the world works. The world revolves around the story, the headline. And don't get me wrong, I think it's the sweetest thing in the world. We was able to tell the world about it, and I'm so glad so many people's happy about it. But I understand it's a moment. And what has to live in a healthy sense outside of this moment is our relationship. And that only comes from having boundaries with each other. With each other, yes, I said it. In a relationship, you need boundaries with each other. Having an open form of communication, having some honesty, having the ability to trust one another, And something that I really don't want people to confuse is that me showing my appreciation for this woman is not performance. I'm not doing it so y'all could follow me, or I'm not doing it so y'all could, nah. This is just what I'm proud of. She wanted to post it. I wanted to post it. Let's go and put it out. That's fine. But that's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of this. And the connection between public and performance is wrong in this case. You know, don't get me wrong, just like I show off my son and I post us in matching pajamas, or I post us in his birthday pictures or holidays, right? We doing all that. All that. And somebody asked me recently, they was like, what is the most important part of being in a relationship that you've missed the most, that you look forward to the most? Is it the holidays? Is it, no. It's honestly finding someone that blends with my family. Like my child's mother, my mother loved her. Like the connection they built, that they formed, my mother loved my child's mother to a degree. She may not love her own daughter. Listen, I'm just spitballing. I'm spitballing. But it's not even to a degree she may not love her daughter, because I want to make sure I'm wording that right. It's on a different path that she's able to love her daughter. Like my sister has a disability, so a lot of things she hasn't done or can't do when it comes to bonding with my mother. And my mother desperately wants to experience that. She want to go shopping with somebody she ain't got to buy everything for. She want to call somebody and say, hey, what do you think about this outfit? She want to post the daughter-in-law pictures on Facebook. She want to, I want that for my mom. I want that for my family in general. My dad's like, hey, baby girl, how you doing type. You know what I'm saying? That's my dad. My nephew went to my older brother and was like, he went to my younger brother. My nephew is my little brother's son. And my little brother my nephew went to my little brother and said, Daddy, I got 2 girlfriends. And my little brother said, dang, that's more than your Uncle Bug. Because my nephew believes I'm famous to some degree. And my nephew was like, yeah, Uncle Bug got 1 girlfriend. And he not cheating. I don't know where this nigga got that from. But healthy love for a family is a beautiful thing. And y'all, Granny, they hear how much I speak on you. They hear it. So what makes people think it's not my heart's desire to have you at my wedding? That would be the first person I have pray for me at my wedding. Asia, you're the second. You understand what I'm saying? It matters to me that much. And I'm grateful, I'm grateful for a lot of things at the moment. I'm a real transitional person, and I'm a blunt person, you know what I'm saying? I will do what's necessary to protect this. And I'm trying my best. And that's all I can do. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to communicate for it. I'm going to do everything I can do to show y'all the love I've been speaking on, wrapped in a ball for this young woman. Everybody was like, he don't really want that. He just talking. How does he know so much? I'm finna show you. I'm finna show you. I've always said it doesn't take a long time to know when something feels right for you. I've always said that. Everybody always asks, when does a man know? When does a man know when he know? Soon, early. Casanet just answered that on the podcast. He said first day. Bron said first day. And whatever Bron say goes. No, I'm just playing. I'm not one of them people. I do love Bron and Savannah, though. I will not lie. I love everything about their marriage. I idolize people who I married because I know how much the work takes. And people doing it in such public, in such a public eye amazes me. And now here I am with that same public eye, and all I can have is accountability. Because what I do know is there's not a post or a picture I could put up as proof of peace. I got to do the internal work. Peace is internal. And there will be no proof of peace that I can ever display y'all to show her she's happy or I'm happy. Y'all just going to have to infer from what does get posted, That's all I can say, being in a public relationship and making posts about it, everybody want to be seen and shown off. Again, I remind you, it does not validate his discipline. Only his work can do that. Only what he contributes to the relationship can do that. I'm gonna be honest. I have the young lady I'm with. She's a she's a picture taking type of person, and I love that for me because I don't capture enough of the moment. Hopefully, this is why God aligned it the way He did. And for everybody out there that got discouraged because of this somehow, love is coming to you. And I'm going to help. I'm going to help you in every form I can. I want to implement, voicemail responses in the podcast where people can actually submit, questions or things of that nature for me to respond to. I'll do 2 per episode. I also want to implement some sort of forum where people can call me and tell me how their dates was. So if you need like some advice on how to gauge the way he treated you or gauge the XYZ or blah, 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 I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And I can tell you what he should have did or what I thought. I can only give you my opinions. I ain't telling you it's right or it's wrong, but how you take it is how you take it. I want to help. I want to have, I want to partner with Lataris from Dear Future Wifey and see if he can get some credible men outside. I'm going to get some beautiful women outside, and we're going to have a speed dating service. So we can actually get some people hooked up if that's the case. And we see what happens. You are not alone. I promise you that. You are not alone. You haven't been since you tuned in to the very first episode of this podcast. Thank you for listening to me get things off my chest. Thank you for tuning in, listening to your friend every single time. I love you. And remember, love is scary sometimes. But peace out. I finally try to find myself. I've been running from love, just trying to hide from all this pain I felt. Look, trying not to be the joke in the deck of whatever cards get dealt. They say a star still gotta let them align themselves.